Welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we experience everything that flies, drives and floats. Take you along for the experience. Mr. Allan Simons, how are you?
G'day, Aaron. Really well, thank you. Excited because it's a very big show. You know what I'm doing today?
What are you doing?
I'm jumping back in a Kia, one of my very favourite cars. I never thought I'd hear myself say that not so long ago. The Kia Sorento. It's a pearler.
And Allan, I hate telling you at the opener right now that I went to Melbourne.
Yes, I know. It gave me a little bit of peace and quiet.
While I was there, I caught up with John Mellor from Go Auto. And Allan, Cassie Hart joined us late last year.
She did a terrific job. We've got her back this year, thank goodness. Put a bit of pep, verve and beauty in the program.
I catch up with Johnny Raffo.
Oh, your Celebrity Hitch Hiker.
I do. He's in the John Hughes Zoomobile, powered by a sander. And of course, we're going to tell you how to enter our Zoomaholic competition. But without further ado, Allan, are you ready?
I'm ready, Aaron.
I am ready as well, so you better be ready because it's time for Zoom TV.
Here's some long-awaited news from the Korean car manufacturer Kia. The new Sorento has been released with a new exterior and some major improvements to the interior. The whole package has been updated without affecting their value for money proposition, which has made this car a worldwide hit. So, you ready to be impressed? Let's have a look. Although it may appear as merely a facelift from the outside, the 2013 Kia Sorento SI wagon is practically an entirely new car underneath. Using the same platform as its cousin, the Santa Fe, the Sorento has a stronger, re-engineered body shell with minor improvements to the powertrain's efficiency brought about by lighter components. Its biggest advantage is a revised, locally engineered suspension tune, which has brought the Kia Sorento's ride and handling characteristics on par with anything you'll drive in this country. And I mean anything. Mercedes, BMW, Volvo, Audi, the big Australians. To slide behind the wheel of the Kia is to put yourself in charge of one of the nicest driving experiences you could ever wish for. Now, it wasn't that long ago that, given the choice of listening to a Justin Bieber album or saying something nice about Kia, I would have preferred to have the blood streaming out of my ears listening to Justy. But that's all changed. That's how good these cars are. They're brilliant. So far as engine and transmissions are concerned, the Kia Sorento offers us the 3.5-litre V6 petrol engine with 204 kilowatts of power matched to the very smooth 6-speed auto transmission. We've mentioned before that Kias are designed under the guidance of Peter Schreier, the company's head of design and the man responsible for numerous iconic Audi and Volkswagen models. And it shows. The updated front and rear ends sharpen the Sorento's appeal, and Kia has taken the bold move of going for vertically styled fog lights for both ends, along with LED daytime running lights. And as far as the inside is concerned, well, there's a whole lot going on inside here as well. The first two rows are very spacious and quite comfortable, so going on a short or long trip, comfort-wise, will not be a problem. The kiddies-only third row is really quite good, and entry and exit from it is much better than some of the other 7-seater SUVs that are on the market today. The Kia Sorento SI is the entry point into the range, but still provides front and rear parking sensors, Bluetooth telephone and audio streaming capability coupled to a 6-speaker audio system, dual-zone climate control, second-row air vents, 17-inch alloy wheels, the full complement of active and passive safety features, dual front airbags, plus side and curtain airbags for first and second row, and cruise control. Now, you're going to want to know about some of the other important aspects of your Kia purchase. You see, when you invest in Sorento, you don't just jump in, drive away, see you later. You'll have at least 2 other passengers with you. 5 years, unlimited kilometre warranty, and cap price servicing. All this for $38,000 drive away. All in all, this is another great Kia motor car. The best place to see one is at John Hughes Kia. Go to johnhughes.com.au or follow the links from Zoom TV.
So, Allan, that looked like a great car.
It was a good car, mate. It's a Kia, it's a Sorento, it's good. I can see you in one of those.
Maybe.
I think, well, not what do you mean, maybe, of course.
No, they're a family car, Alan. I don't have a family.
Yes. Well,
that's right. I got you. I've got you.
Yes, well, in a manner of speaking, ladies and gentlemen. So what's coming up? There's a comp?
There is a comp. After the break, actually, I get to travel to Melbourne. Sorry for leaving you in Perth.
Of course.
And I catch up with John Mellor from Go Auto. That's coming up on Zoom TV. Today, thanks to our motoring partner, goauto.com.au, I'm in chilly Melbourne at the BMW headquarters to look at their latest baby, the 116i. Now, it's sporting a new look, but it continues to be the only hatchback in the world to be rear-wheel drive. But is it good enough to get you out of a Volkswagen Golf? Well, let's find out. Looking at it, you'd be hard-pressed to pick new from old. The same chiseled design theme remains, but in a slightly larger package. Just look for the stern new face. Angry Birds, anyone? But the big news is that the Germans have improved the car where it's needed most. The doors open wider, the gap is larger, and just like the exterior, the dash design is a gentle evolution of what went before. Except now the quality plastics are nicer, the controls are easier to use, and the peering out of the fishbowl effect is no longer there. Hallelujah. Plus the boot, well, it can swallow even more of your luggage. And with the rear backrest folded, you could even call the new Series 1 practical. But while the front seat is very supportive, the pedal arrangement is a little bit tight for those of us with big feet. And sadly, the rear parking vision is poor due to the high waistline. And worst of all, the back seat is as bare as old Mother Hubbard's cupboard. Not only is it still a bit cramped, but there's too much use of cheapo plastic. Happily, the 116i claws its way back up to contention the moment you push the start button. Armed with a 100 kilowatt, 1.6 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine and a light and easy 6-speed manual gearbox, the BMW ultimate driving machine pedigree really starts to show through. Lively at takeoff, power continues to build up quickly as speed rises for surprisingly spirited performance. It's true, the 116i is faster than its small engine capacity suggests, but only as long as you're willing to plant your foot firmly down on the accelerator pedal. Like most BMWs, the steering is weighty but assured for accurate and entertaining handling characteristics, while the improved suspension is now on the firm side of comfortable rather than rock hard. Yet, in spite of BMW's sparkling nature, most owners will appreciate just how little fuel this hatchback drinks. Thanks to a stronger but lighter body construction, combined with a trick new start-stop system that cuts the engine when you're idling away at traffic lights, you can expect to average less than 6 litres per 100 k's. You can always count on the Germans for efficiency. So, is the 116i good enough to justify its $36,990 price tag? Well, the truth is, it's far more expensive and less fitted out than the Volkswagen Golf 118 TSI that's also out of Germany. But the energetic yet economical drivetrain, combined with thoroughbred rear drive chassis, makes the baby BMW a uniquely involving small car proposition. What you sacrifice in interior space and packaging is balanced out by a very enjoyable driving machine. To find out more or read more in-depth car reviews, log on to goauto.com.au. John, thanks very much for joining up with Zoom TV. Now, you are a hero of mine. You've been in the industry for a long time. How did it all start?
Well, Aaron, it basically goes back to 1965 when I became a cadet journalist at Melbourne's major news organisation, the Herald Sun. Our training was all about being accurate, being fair and balanced, and also about focusing on the audience and being entertaining and being interesting for the audience. So, you know, that got me started in publishing. That's always been my ethos, and it was an ethos that was given to us by Rupert Murdoch's father, Sir Keith Murdoch. He was the one who put in place this total focus on fairness and balance and reporting the facts and just not embellishing the facts at all. I use that today in everything we do in our newsroom. Our journos understand that. Our journos are not writing for other journalists, they're not writing for other PR people. They're basically writing for the people who come to Go Auto to read about cars and to decide what cars to buy. The core is that we have a motor industry publication which goes to 70,000 people a week, And that's designed for the people in the car industry to keep up with what's going on in their business. And then, of course, the main thing which you've associated yourself with through Zoom TV is goauto.com.au, which is a consumer website. It's a place for people to come to make decisions about what car suits them best. And we've put a lot of work into making sure that when you come to our website, that it's very helpful in that area.
So John, what are the strengths of Go Auto?
The strengths of Go Auto is the newsroom, in which we have highly qualified, loyal journalists whose entire raison d'etre is to get out there and get the best information for our readers. I think the other thing is that we try to make the information as simple as possible. I really like to encourage them to think about writing for their mothers, their sisters and their aunts, and so that if somebody reads their story, they can understand what we're saying. Cars are very technical and we try to make that as simple as possible.
And you definitely do that. Thank you so much for joining Zoom TV.
Good on you, Aaron.
The team at goauto.com.au will be collaborating with us at Zoom TV to bring you very current, very educational and of course, very entertaining reviews. You can expect some exciting vehicle advice and the most up-to-date motoring news. In the meantime, jump on to zoomtv.com.au and follow the links through to Go Auto for the best, most informative motoring advice.
I think Melbourne becomes you, but I think I better go with you next time just in case you need a bit of help.
I'd love you to come, Ella Wood. I need help with my bags.
So I've heard. You know what BMW stands for? Break my windows. Hey, website, what's going on?
Website's crazy. It's up, it's running. You can join, you can become a Zoomaholic, you can get discounts, and everything that goes with being a Zoomaholic is on there.
After the break, Cassie Hart on Zoom TV.
Once upon a time, when you heard the words small car, you automatically thought less safety, no power, cramped interiors, and let's face it, boring designs. But times certainly have changed, with somewhat of a small car revolution occurring over the recent years, and even more so over recent months. With the rising cost of fuel, drivers are becoming more aware of their fuel consumption and car manufacturers are acting accordingly. We're now seeing sportier designs, top-notch gadgets, amazing driving control and much more space in the latest small car models. A perfect example of a well-thought-out, small yet spacious, super stylish vehicle that's packed with all the trimmings is the new Honda Jazz, and I can't wait to give it a drive. The Honda Jazz GLI and VTI are the most popular additions of the Jazz range. Not only is the Jazz one of the safest cars on the road at the moment, it's also very fuel efficient, easy to handle, environmentally friendly, and yes, it's also very easy on the eye. Today, we're looking at the speckier of the two, the VTI. This sporty model is available in a 5-speed automatic and a smooth 5-speed manual. Looking at it, it's obvious there has been a bit of a feminine touch incorporated into the design. With its sporty body kit, stylish mesh grille, it certainly looks a lot sleeker than the models before it. Now, looking at the cute Jazz from the outside, you might be misled to believe that you'd be starved for space. But hold that thought, because once you get inside, you'll find there is surprisingly a lot of room. Equipped with Bluetooth system, USB plug and 4-speaker stereo, the Honda Jazz VTI makes driving a lot of fun. The Jazz VTI also has a height-adjustable driver's seat, which is awesome for a shorty like me, cruise control, aircon, a remote anti-theft alarm system, fog lights, traction control and vehicle stability assist. So John, I've spoken about some of the features of the car. Can you help me out with the engine?
I'd love to, Cassie. The new Jazz 2012 VTI comes with a 1.5 litre fuel-injected, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine.
So I guess that would translate to being a pretty fuel-efficient car.
It certainly does, Cassie. The new 1.5 does 6.7 litres per 100 kilometres.
It also features a great safety feature, electronic brake distribution, which I think should be in every car. It automatically adjusts the brake force to suit the road conditions, speed and weight of the vehicle, giving you much more control. There's also plenty of leg space for the driver and all passengers, and if you're planning to go on a getaway or are moving lots of stuff, the rear seats fold down completely flat to increase the boot space. Plus, you can fold the seats into 18 different setups to create almost any shape you like. Where style meets versatile, the zippy Honda Jazz is the perfect companion for those long drives and the perfect accessory for a night out on the town. Plus, it won't break the bank, so you'll have more money to spend on you. If If you'd like to find out more about the Jazz, drop into Prestige Honda or follow the links from Zoom TV.
Now, there are a few of us that do like to save the odd shackle by servicing our own cars. Undoing a sump plug, draining the oil, putting it back in is quite easy, but we have to remember to occasionally change that oil filter. Now, there are the right and wrong ways to do it. So, here's the way that I have tackled it on a number of occasions. A screwdriver through it and undo it. Oil comes down your arm, goes all over you. But there is a guy that knows how to do it properly, and that's Matt Craig from United Fuel Injection.
What we try and do is get a professional tool from an auto shop, like we have just purchased your replacement filter from. Place it on the bottom of the filter, undo it. Once you've got the filter off, place it aside, grab your new filter, lubricate with a film of oil. That way the rubber doesn't tear once you try and put it on, because if there's no lubrication on it, it'll just tear the rubber out. You'll have leaks and you'll be doing it all again. So once that's off, spin it on until it just touches the face, then 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn. Do not over tighten it. You'll either squash the O-ring, it won't seal, or you'll squash the canister of the oil filter itself.
So what do they need to click onto?
Then click on www.unitedfuel or follow the links on Zoom TV.
A lot of interest in UFI, mate. That's UFI, not UFO. It's United Fuel Injections, yeah?
Well, thank you for pointing that out. Now, I want to point out something.
Do you?
After the break, I catch up with Johnny Raffo.
Oh, you're Celebrity Hitch Hiker.
I do. He's in the John Hughes Zoomobile, powered by a sander. But before we go to the break, I want to tell people as well to get involved in the United Fuel Injection Zoomaholic. Go to the website for details. But in short, send through a short video with you and your beast, and you never know, you might be on the show.
More after the break on Zoom TV.
Mate, one of the coolest dudes I've had in the back of the van. Johnny Raffo, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Now, you know why I like you so much, other than you are pretty talented, but you started from Perth.
I did.
The dream started from Perth.
Yes, it did. I'm an original Perth boy, born and bred, but just trying to work hard and live the dream at the moment.
Okay, so who was the first person that said to you, dude, you got a good voice?
No one really. I think I just started singing when I was a young kid, about 13 or so. And then from there, I just sort of wanted to do it. Like, I sort of had it in my head, this is what I want to do. And, you know, no matter what people told me, I was just going to do that.
Now, you know what I like about X Factor and the people like you coming through now? I mean, we always had good people when they invented these shows, you know, Shannon Noel, Guy Sebastian, but there was a bit of a lull for a while. And now there's people like you coming out of it that are actually producing real music.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it's a great show. It's a great platform. So, you know, I really do recommend it for anybody that wants to, you know, pursue this as a career, because it's very cutthroat, and a you know, show like this really puts you out there and it you know, presents you to the world.
How'd you find the process? So, when you're actually on the show, the nightly, the weekly scrutiny and the pressure?
There is a lot of pressure, I must admit, and you know, you really have to learn on the job, I guess, and it's a lot to take in at first, but you do get used to it, and you learn how to deal with the pressure and the, you know, criticism of the public, and you know, you just have to push forward and keep working hard. Okay,
so you go through your apprenticeship, you go through X Factor, you come out with a couple of massive hits, you travel all over the world. How do you actually talk to your mates when you land back in Perth and you look at your mates and you're just like, dude, seriously, I'm not the same person anymore? And you can never be the same person. Your brain's seen things that they wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite difficult. You know, I like to try and catch up with my friends and chill as much as I can, but, you know, like you said, it's not the same, because, you know, I went out the other night and everywhere we went, there was just people, you know, wanting to get a photo or wanting to talk or just wanting to be a part of everything. And it is quite difficult, but, you know, a lot of the time what I'll do is just invite the boys around for a couple of drinks and just chill at my apartment or something like that.
Where are you based?
I'm currently based in Sydney, but I have a place in Melbourne too, so I'm between the two. I'm going to be going over to the States at the end of the year and possibly to London to sort of do a bit of music over there and try and expand, so hopefully that all goes well.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's going to go well after I ask you the Asanda Fast 5. You ready for that?
Let's do it.
Okay, the first car you ever owned?
First car I ever owned was a Subaru Impreza.
What is your opinion of the best car on the road?
I think the car that gets my attention most would be the Aston Martin DB9.
What is your opinion of the worst car on the street? You know, when you see it and you just feel sorry for the person in it.
I don't know.
You don't want to bag anyone, do you?
Don't want to bag anyone.
What about we say Lada? Because if you're in a Lada, you deserve to be bagged. What car do you currently drive now?
I currently don't have a car. I just sold a Range Rover Sport.
Okay, so you're open. You're open.
I am. I'm on the market.
On the market, Johnny Raffo.
I'm looking on the market. So if anyone out there has a car that they want me to drive,
cool car. Cool car. Last question. That's the most important. What's your biggest fear?
If I had to say fear, spiders. Let's say spiders.
Mate, I've really appreciated seeing you in the back of the van. Now,
Thank you very much.
Perth is very proud of you. I'm sure everybody, all your family hear it all the time. So you're going to go, wherever you go in the world, you're going to have tenfold what you've had in Australia. I know it for sure.
Well, people, we're done. Alan, we're done for another week.
Another big show, mate. You were terrific. I take back half those rotten things I said about you. There goes a couple of your fans right now. And, mate, tell me how the competition's going.
It's going really well. Keep the entries coming in and keep your emails coming in as well and ideas for us to review and things for us to do, Alan. It's going to be fun.
Next week, Zoom TV. Hope to see you then.
Bye for now.
And that's a wrap.